Hey there, Ramshackle here, and today I'm back reviewing another one of these Diamine inks. Today I'm using the Diamine Meadow Green. Diamine Meadow Green. It's kind of got a little poetry to it there, I guess. This ink was pretty frustrating to use, actually. Now, I don't know if it was completely the fault of the pen that I initially put it in, or, you know, a combination of the pen and the ink not working well together, or if it was just the ink. I have no idea. But it really did not like flowing through this pen. I had issues, nothing but issues. As you can see here, I'm drawing this little, you know, wizard shack. And it was just plagued by false starts. And I don't know, it was weird. It was like the shading was like, you know, I'd pull a line and the line was like really pale, light colored green. And then at the end, there'd be like kind of a blob of a really dark colored green, and it would kind of flow back. So it was just, I don't know, it's just frustrating to use. The color too, I'm not a fan of this color. You know, what can I say about Diamine Meadow Green that hasn't already been said about baby vomit, right? Like, it's a color normally reserved for bodily fluids, I think. It's this yellowish, brownish green. Normally I'm a fan of muted colors and stuff like that, but this one was just it's like, you know, when you watch a bad movie, right? And there's bad movies like The Room or something where it's so bad it's funny, and then there's, you know, bad movies like, you know, like some, I don't even know off the top of my head, but like some of those like rom-coms out there where it's just like, it just sucks. It's not even funny. It's just, it's like in the uncanny valley of bad movies, right? It's not bad enough to be funny, but it's not good enough to be entertaining. It's just, it just sucks. And you wish you wish you would have watched something else. That's kind of where this color lives. It's like, it's not quite muted enough to be, you know, so ugly that it's pretty, but it's also not vibrant enough to you know, be appealing that way. So that's how I felt about the color anyways. That's just me personally. Maybe, you know, it's very subjective. But yeah, you can see here I kind of zoomed in and I'm demonstrating the false starts I was having. And yeah, it was just every fifth line or so, just nothing would come out in it, you know. And I eventually switched pens. I think I get sick of it here in a little bit. I switch into a different pen, and then once I had better ink flow, it just started feathering, and you know, it went from one frustrating problem to almost the complete opposite. It was like, once there was enough ink on the page, it just started, you know, feathering and bleeding into the paper, and it was yeah, it wasn't a fun drawing to do because of the ink, to be honest. So I don't think, like, I'm proud of the drawing. but I don't think it turned out as good as it could have if I was using an ink that was a little more cooperative. You can see here I've switched to the, from the Pilot Kakuno to the TWSBI Eco T, I think. Eco T? Let me look here. I have it right here. Eco T, yeah, that's the one with the sculpted section on it. Which if you, I initially didn't like the sculpted section, but if you take the nib out and reorient it, so it feels natural in your hand, it's actually not too bad. But for drawing, typically I prefer a round section rather than something sculpted, because when they sculpt the section on the pen, it's actually, I think they have writing in mind, not drawing. And so it kind of forces you to hold the pen in a, the proper writing position, which I don't even hold. If you see, I hold my pen between my middle and my ring finger. I don't hold it with the primarily with my index finger there. So it just throws any sort of ergonomic stuff that the pen designer had in mind out the window. But that's okay. They make plenty of pens with round sections, and then, like I said, I can, if I turn the nib on this one, I can get it to kind of, it's a lot more comfortable if I just turn it. I just kind of hold it while I'm putting the nib back in, and put it in the angle at which I think it should go to the paper, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, this ink was it was disappointing. I love Diamine inks. Typically, there's what is it? The Oxblood and the Aurora Borealis. I know if you go back and watch those, I complained a little bit about them, but they're actually, I really like the colors, and I didn't really have any issues, just minor nitpicks. Whereas this one was, you could see how light, if you look at the that structure I'm drawing, you can see how light the lines ended up being after the ink flow slowed down. It was all over the place, and I just couldn't get a bearing on it. So yeah, it's like fighting an uphill battle. But you know what? We got it done in the end here, and I got my little wizard house in a a surreal landscape, I guess. Looks like he's set up to get a few different cable channels there. I don't know. If you're not old enough, you probably won't even know what all those antennas are. I don't know. Do they still have those? Maybe I'm just talking shit, but I feel like I don't see the antennas sticking off the tops of houses anymore. All the TV stations are digital now. Anyways, don't buy this ink unless you're shopping for an enemy. Yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. All right.